Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. While we, the aging population of hardware synth land, can only be awakened from our arthritic slumber by Swedish lifestyle product ragebait or the announcement of too big to fail analog flagships, the flourishing software synth demographic just had a Steve Jobs keynote-like moment. Today we are going to talk about Xfer Serum, the second coming edition, so synth manufacturers, be prepared to get humbled by a true musical and technical visionary with pre-internet credentials, unique 21st century marketing skills and a sense of integrity that has become a rare feat among successful business people.
I could have retired, but I took that retirement money and instead of retiring with it, I built Serum 2.
At the first glance, Serum 2 is ticking all the okay, why not? Really? Come on guys, stop it before you get me demonetized boxes. In addition to the slightly enhanced industry standard Wavetable implementation, the one and only Steve Duda made sure that number 2 can compete with other hopelessly overpowered plugins by adding SFC sample support for everything from drum kits to complex multi-samples.
You can use single samples as well.
There is more than usable sample chopping, and no contemporary software synth behemoth would be complete without Spectral mode allows for resynthesis with
independent control over pitch and time.
And all three main oscillators, one more than its predecessor, can be put through the tried and tested warp ringer with added frequency modulation and phase distortion options. These modifiers come in pairs now, and Unison is ready for the main floor. The dedicated sub and noise oscillator are still much appreciated. I never felt the need to get even cleaner tones than what I was used to from Serum 1, but the filter section not only received a major upgrade with its dual architecture, but also boasts a clean mode. You can use the filters in serial and parallel, and there are plenty of modes that go beyond your classic low pass. The FX section of the first incarnation of the instrument didn't age so well, so it's great to have more sophisticated FX routing possibilities and enhanced algorithms like the both frequency shifter and convolution reverb. Some of the most interesting new features can be found in the modulator section with the 4 BPM syncable envelopes and up to 10 multidimensional LFOs that will be home to digital restroom wall drawings for years to come and can be set to swing. Nice! They're also home to the synth's chaos modulation sources. Speaking of, while the mod matrix stays within the comfort zone of the 2014 original, the new mixer with its 2 buses lets you implement complex routings. All this seems like a reasonable major upgrade, but it doesn't come as a surprise that Xfer didn't stop here. One of the most anticipated features, the Arpeggiator, lets you create custom sequences. And Clips View is basically a DAW within the plugin, with its own piano roll editor, MIDI recording and output. It goes without saying that there are too many incremental improvements to be mentioned here, but the enhanced undo-redo functionality comes in handy. The frequency estimation feature of the upgraded Wavetable editor is great. Implementation of musical scales was to be expected, and as we are speaking of a synth famous for its countless preset packs, the overall browser situation was optimized for the throwaway EDM hits of the late 20s, early 30s with its preview button, access to the 8 macro knobs. In case you actually bought Serum 1 instead of using a crack like everybody else, version 2 is a free upgrade. Alternatively, you can rent to own from Splice or, like me, buy it for the currently discounted price of around 190 bucks. It blows my mind that we actually got Serum 2 before GTA 6. Will it have the same cultural impact as its predecessor, or is it just another CPU hogging synth plugin among many? You have already heard the plugin in today's intro tune. I still need to practice a bit. Time to start this out with a 140 BPM jam and some 2010s wavetable sounds. That's why people both loved and hated the first version. Digital basses, stereotypical plugs, surprisingly deep pads and interesting sound design constructs. I'm a big fan of the improved sample implementation, and my somewhat contemporary M2 Mac Studio didn't break a sweat. Let's chop up a classic break and give the internal sequencer a go. The piano roll and sample slicing feature are easy to use, and the vast collection of wavetables and filter shapes allows for tones both brutal and atmospheric. I'm pretty sure that the smell of burning rubber emanating from my computer is completely normal. Programming organic sounding patches in Serum 2 is not exactly easy. I wanna know what happens if we surrender to the proudly digital nature of the instrument, for this one person's dystopia is another one's Shangri-La, and the noodles in Blade Runner looked pretty nice, high-tech minimal plug and roll. Serum 2 has big shoes to fill, and in contrast to sadness-inducing hardware synth sequels, Xfer treated the legacy of one of the most influential instruments in recent music history with respect. The upgrade seems future-proof, and the workflow is almost obscenely fast and streamlined. So for those of you who liked the sci-fi sound aesthetics of the original and just spent a Waldorf Iridium worth of money on computer parts, the new Serum will definitely live up to the hype. However, if you are a hardware synth hoarding I'm too old for this person like me and tend to channel your inner Rick Beato when listening to 2010s mainstream EDM, the distinct and oftentimes plasticky flavor might not be your cup of tea. For over a decade, Serum was the key to success for many producers. This will also apply to its successor, but with dwindling streaming revenues, a dying club scene, and AI-based music creation taken over, the definition of success might have become a different one. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and use one of the links down below that support the channel regardless of what your bad gear gas commands you to buy. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel, and welcome to what is probably the nerdiest shoutouts on this platform. Tier 4. FAD Red Confetti Calcium
Flourish IMAX Artifacts The Mist
DJ Ben.
Thomas Diefenbach Thaler Machine
Coriolis Marinus Squivenhoven
Tier 6.
BMJ
Christina Yanni.
Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. See you next month.